What kind of parents raised you to become so selfish? Huh? I've had enough. This is what you get for being so selfish. What are you doing? You're a monster! I'm on fire! Help! You've ruined my dress! Somebody help me, please! Help!
Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen, and I met my fiancé Alan at a company party, and we hit it off right away. We worked for the same company, but in different divisions, so we rarely saw each other at the workplace. Our work schedules were different too, so there were times when we didn't get to see each other for a long period of time. But we continued to see each other, and after 3 years of dating, Alan proposed to me. 6 months had passed since Alan had proposed, and now I was going to meet his parents for the first time. I'm really nervous about meeting your parents. I hope that they'll like me.
You'll be fine. My parents are easygoing, so you have nothing to worry about. Besides, they'll love you because I love you. Just be yourself, and you'll have a great time tomorrow.
You're right, but I'm nervous anyway.
I'll be by your side the whole time. I'm sure that you'll get along great with my parents.
Meeting your fiancé's parents for the first time is a big deal, and I was really nervous. I could tell that Alan came from a good family, and I wanted to make a good first impression. That was how I felt before I met them, but it turned out that I was wrong about them.
Nice to meet you, Helen. Welcome to our home.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for having me.
You don't need to be nervous. Come in and make yourself at home.
Yes, thank you.
Helen's a great cook and a great homemaker. She sewed my shirt button back on the other day in just 3 seconds. Isn't she amazing?
Wow, that's amazing.
Just like Alan had said, his parents were really easy to get along with. I began to relax and have a nice time with his parents. After a while, Alan's older sister Sarah came home and joined us. Oh, you must be Helen. I've been dying to meet my little brother's fiancé. You're even prettier in person. It's very nice to meet you, Sarah.
I can see that you two will get along really well.
Yes, we will, and we're going to be family. Yay! So Alan tells me that you work at the same company as he does. He tells me that you work in the equity trading division. Yes, that's right.
Wow, that sounds like such a cool job.
So you deal with stocks from around the world?
You're like the female version of Warren Buffett.
I'm nowhere close to being like Warren Buffett. What are stocks anyway? Can you explain them to me? I know that you can get shareholder benefits, but... Oh, by the way, I got some baseball game tickets for free, but I'm not interested in baseball. So if I were to compare those tickets to stocks, I suppose they would just be pieces of paper. I suppose you could say that. My boyfriend is really into baseball, but I don't understand the sport at all. Why do they call a strike? Have you ever thought about that? Did you know that Alan used to play baseball as a child? He would always come home with his baseball uniform covered in dirt. What are your thoughts on baseball? I'm not really a big fan of baseball either.
Sarah, you're rambling and you're not making any sense.
Helen, you don't need to answer all of Sarah's questions. Sarah's a very curious person and she likes to ask a lot of questions.
Oh yes, I see. Alan's parents were very nice to me and Alan was the perfect guy for me. And his sister, Sarah, although a little strange, was fun to be around. I was happy to be part of this family and relieved that they were all nice people. That was how I felt until my wedding day arrived, when everything changed for the worst.
Please wait here for a little while longer until the groom is ready. We are also waiting for the last of the wedding guests to arrive. By the way, you look beautiful in your wedding dress.
Thank you very much. I'm very fond of this dress. I'm so happy to be able to wear this on my wedding day.
Your husband-to-be is so lucky to be marrying such a beautiful bride like you.
Oh, you're too kind. I was ready for the wedding. I just had to wait a little longer for all the guests to arrive. Sarah then came in to see me. She was the first one to see me in my wedding gown.
Hi, Helen. How are you? Are you nervous about getting married to my brother?
Hi, Sarah.
I wanted to be the first one to see you in your wedding dress. I'm so excited for you.
Well, thank you.
My parents are making their way here as we speak. I really love your dress. It looks great on you. I'd love to wear the same dress for my wedding, too.
This very same dress?
I'm sure that we're the same size, so the dress would be perfect for me, too.
I'm not sure, but there must be other dresses out there that'd be...
We look like twins. We're practically the same height, too. You may weigh a little more than me, though.
People see me in the streets and think that I'm a model. I'm not sure we see things in the same way. My definition of a model is different from yours.
What are you saying?
Nothing important. Could you take off your dress? I'm gonna try it on to see how it looks on me. Now? My wedding is starting soon. You're not even engaged to anyone yet. I think that the dress would look much better on me. I'll take it off your hands and wear it at my own wedding. You're not making any sense. The relatives that are coming to my wedding will be the same relatives that are coming to your wedding today. I don't want them to think that I'm wearing an old dress if they see me wearing the same one as you. You wouldn't want to embarrass your sister-in-law like that, would you? And it's obvious that I'd look much prettier in the dress than you, so it'd be wise of you to hand over the dress to me now. Today is my wedding day, and this is my dress. I'm not giving it to you. You can choose a different dress. You still have time. Are you embarrassed to undress in front of me and reveal your unsightly body? That's not it. Although I resisted to my honor, Sarah tried to pull the dress off of me. We were in the middle of a catfight when Sarah's parents came into the room.
Sarah, why did you leave the house without us? What are you two fighting about?
Dad, don't you think that I'd look better in Helen's wedding dress than she does? I asked her not to wear the dress today so that I can wear it on my wedding day, but she won't allow it. That's why I'm trying to get her out of the dress. I assumed that Sarah's parents would take my side as their daughter was being ridiculous. But to my shock, Sarah's parents began to blame me for this situation.
What Sarah is saying makes sense. I think that you should listen to her. Why don't you get out of this dress and find yourself a new one?
Helen, you should try to do what my dad says. He's right about everything. I don't understand what's happening. Do you not see that this is my wedding and my dress?
Do you think that what Sarah is saying is wrong? I think that as your older sister, she has every right to wear this dress if she wants to. It would be disrespectful to disobey her wishes.
That's right. I'm your older sister now, so you have to listen to what I say. Ellen always listens to me. You should do the same. Do you know how crazy you both sound? I'm not taking off my wedding dress. I can help Sarah find a great wedding dress when she gets married, but today is my wedding day. Please don't forget that. I want this dress, and I don't want you to wear it before I do. I'm upset that you're sweating in that dress. It's going to stain. Take it off before you ruin it. The dress doesn't suit you. I'd look much more beautiful in it. I have modeling experience, so you should take my fashion advice. Helen, I think that you should listen to Sarah. She's the fashion expert after all. Only family can be honest. And we're telling you that Sarah would look much better in that dress. You should wear a different dress that suits you more. I'm starting to think that you're selfish. What kind of parents raised you to become so selfish?
Huh? I've had enough. This is what you get for being so selfish.
What are you doing?
You're a monster! I'm on fire! Help! You've ruined my dress! Somebody help me, please! Help!
Look at Helen. She's on fire and she's rolling around on the floor.
Helen looks silly, doesn't she? If only she had listened to you.
I know. If only she had. She can't go out looking like this. She'll be a laughingstock.
You're absolutely right. We don't want to make a fool out of Alan either.
I'm burning up! Somebody help! You must be so hot. If only you would listen to me. You look like a lit up Christmas tree.
She does look like a Christmas tree.
I can't wait to get this party started. The dress now looks like a different one altogether. It looks better on Helen like this. This is my kind of party. My dress was on fire and Alan's family was standing there laughing at me. I was panicking. The dress was starting to burn through me, but then one of the staff came to my rescue.
Oh, what's going on here? You're on fire! Somebody, please help!
We need to get you out of this dress first. Can I ask everyone else to step out of the room for their safety?
Somebody, please bring us a bucket of water!
The wedding staff turned out the fire. And although I was scared and horrified, I wasn't severely hurt. I was also soaking wet with water and I felt horrible. I was in no state to go ahead with my wedding. My wedding dress was long and the staff had to help me get out of it. Luckily, I didn't have any burns, but my dress was in tatters. Can you believe that a family would do such a terrible thing? What do they have against me? Today was supposed to be one of the happiest moments of my life and they ruined it.
We know that it won't solve everything, but we can get you a new dress right away. If you could get changed now, we'll still be able to start the wedding according to schedule.
I was supposed to get married in that dress. It was special to me. Wearing a different dress won't have the same meaning for me.
We understand how difficult this must be for you, and you really did look lovely in that dress.
Did you like my surprise earlier? Now you don't have to humiliate yourself by wearing a dress that doesn't look good on you. I wish you'd be a little more grateful. I can help you find a more suitable wedding dress if you'd like. A surprise? It was more like a punishment. Do you understand the gravity of what you've done?
If you can't appreciate a surprise from someone that tried to make you happy, I don't think that we can welcome you into our family. I thought that you were better than this.
I'd like to say the same thing back to you and your crazy family. How could you light my dress on fire? You could go to jail for something like this.
Like we said, we did it as a surprise to make you happy. Did you not see that? I was clearly the victim, but Alan's family was acting as if I did something wrong to them. I left the room with the staff to look for a new wedding dress to wear. As I was waiting for some new dresses to be shown to me, I cried hard. My parents and Alan came over to see how I was doing.
Helen, why aren't you wearing your dress? And why are your clothes wet?
My dress was ruined. In tears, I told my parents and Alan what had happened. My mom was livid and she was going to confront Alan's family. We heard laughter coming out of the room that Alan's family was in. We heard what was being said through the door.
Sarah, what a brilliant idea you came up with. It was great fun seeing Helen's dress on fire.
I know, I'm great, aren't I? Besides, it's Alan's fault for deciding to get married before his older sister. If he had any manners, he would wait for me to get married first. I'm going to do everything in my power to sabotage this wedding.
I think you've done enough already, sweetie. I don't think Helen will marry Alan after seeing what a crazy family we are.
Yes, they'll break up for sure.
Everything went as planned. I'm happy about that. Alan and Helen have no idea how I've been controlling them. But let's keep the part about setting fire on Helen's dress a secret. I don't want to get into any unnecessary trouble.
It won't be a problem if they break up before Alan finds out about it. I'll tell Alan that Helen suddenly started acting crazy and lit her dress on fire because she didn't like the way that she looked in it. This way, Alan will become too scared to marry someone crazy like Helen and call off the wedding.
That sounds like a great plan, Dad. Let's do it. I'm so happy about getting rid of Helen and destroying Alan's wedding.
I had no idea that they were doing such evil things behind my back. This is unforgivable. I'm going to teach my family a big lesson for ruining my day.
Alan, wait. Where are you going?
I'm going to confront my family. I won't forgive them for what they did to Helen.
I understand that you're angry, but let's calm down for a minute and think things through carefully. Also, I might be able to do something about the dress.
What do you mean?
Helen, you know what I mean, right? Oh, you mean that?
What's going on?
Alan, can you wait in the other room with my father? We're going to fix this. My mother and I went back into the changing room. We had come up with a plan to get revenge on Alan's family. I was really angry with them for ruining my wedding day. They said that I was too selfish. But look who's talking.
Troublebusters.
Our wedding began an hour later according to schedule. Alan's family looked confused as they sat at their table. They had expected us to cancel the wedding since they had gotten rid of my precious dress.
I wonder if they found a new dress. And why didn't Alan freak out about Helen's crazy behavior? They were supposed to get into a fight over the burnt dress.
I thought that our plan worked seamlessly.
Alan and I entered the room and ignored his family completely. I wowed everyone in my new dress. It was even more beautiful than the first one. The majority of the wedding guests gazed at us lovingly, but Alan's family and some of the guests became restless.
I heard that Helen had to find a new wedding dress at the very last minute.
What do you mean?
I overheard the staff talking when I went to the bathroom earlier. Apparently someone burned her first wedding dress and ruined it. Who would do such a thing? Oh, that's a terrible thing to do to a person. It turns out that it was someone from Alan's family. Can you believe it? Helen came out into the hallway in a burnt dress and asked the staff for help. Luckily, Alan and Helen's parents came to Helen's rescue, but the wedding staff was saying that this is the first time that they saw family drama of this magnitude.
That's outrageous!
Soon after, more and more guests at the wedding found out about what Alan's family had done to my wedding dress. One of Alan's relatives got up from his chair and walked over to Sarah. He was drunk from drinking too much at the wedding.
We're hearing rumors about what you and your parents did to the bride. Did you burn the bride's wedding dress? Were you jealous of the bride because she's so much more beautiful than you? Did you do it out of jealousy? Why don't you say something for yourself?
Well, it's not...
So you're not going to deny it then? So you're guilty of the crime. What you did is unforgivable. You should be ashamed of yourself. You need to go apologize to the bride and groom right now.
Wait, that's not...
I apologize on behalf of Sarah for her atrocious behavior. I'll make sure that she pays you back for all the damages.
I did Helen a favor. She didn't look good in her dress. I'm a model and I'm a fashion expert. I merely gave her some advice.
Don't make up such idiotic excuses. You should own up to what you did. It was wrong. You're not a model, and you're not nice enough to give anyone genuine advice.
Did you just say that I didn't look good in my dress? I did. I would have looked much better in that dress. Don't you know that my mother custom designed the dress especially for me? Don't you know that my mother is a renowned fashion designer? If you really are a model, you would recognize her designs. That can't be true. Your mother is a famous fashion designer and she has shops around the world? My mother's very talented, so there's no way that the dress that she designed especially for me wouldn't look good on me. The dress was made in my size too, so there's no way that you would fit into it. Or are you indirectly saying that the dress my mother designed for me isn't good enough? If you were a model, you would know the difference between a normal design and a great one.
Helen has a point. Her mother is a world-class designer. You have no idea what you're talking about, Sarah. You should be ashamed of what you did to Helen. You're ruining the ambience. You should leave.
Why is everyone getting mad at me?
Why are you blaming Sarah for this? It's not her fault. You should be more respectful to the groom's sister.
We think that you're the one that should leave for being so rude.
How stupid are you? Just shut up. I don't want to hear any more excuses. You're embarrassing our entire family.
I don't consider you my family after what you did to Helen. I've decided to cut all ties with you. I won't forgive you for the way that you treated Helen.
Alan, you don't need to fight back. Sarah's about to get her punishment now. Sarah, did you enjoy making fun of me in front of all of our wedding guests? What do you mean? Your boyfriend is one of Alan's best friends, isn't he? I met him through Alan the other day. Being Alan's best friend, he would naturally be at his wedding, no? Oh no! What have I done? Your boyfriend left earlier and said that he needed some time to clear his mind. You were lucky that he didn't see everything. What are you saying? You said that it bothered you that Alan was getting married before you? Well, now that your boyfriend knows your true personality, it looks like you won't be getting married anytime soon. If you're really a model like you say you are, I think that you should watch your weight a little more. No offense, but you look like a hippo. I suppose you could work at the zoo. I hope that your plan to make Alan and I upset backfired. I can't believe that this is happening to me! Sarah, where are you going? We apologize for all the family drama today. Now that the family squabble has been resolved, we'd like to continue with the wedding party. Please enjoy.
Yes, please do. Alan, don't make Helen do all the dirty work. Stand up for her. You're the man of the house now. Do you have any balls?
Stop embarrassing me in front of everyone.
The wedding went on and everyone had a good time despite what happened earlier. We found out later that Alan's family was shunned by their relatives. Alan's parents were heavily criticized for their lack of parenting skills. After the wedding was over, I called the police and Sarah was arrested for her crimes.
I'm not sure if cash is the appropriate way to do this, but please, take it. I'm old-fashioned. I only trust cash.
This is too much. I can't accept $100,000.
Don't you know how much one of your mother's custom designs cost? You should know this. You're her daughter. I have to pay back for the dress that Sarah ruined. I'm sure this is around how much it cost.
Oh, really? I know that my mother is famous, but I didn't know that her designs were that expensive.
Please, accept the cash. It will make me feel a little better about what Sarah did to you.
Well, thank you very much. It's very considerate and generous of you.
Also, will you pass on a message to Alan for me? Sarah's boyfriend dumped her, and she learned her lesson, it seems.
Yes, I'll pass the message along. He may already know about the breakup because Sarah's ex-boyfriend is Alan's best friend. About this money, why are you paying me when this was not your fault?
I'm just paying it on their behalf. I'll make sure that Alan's family pays me back before I die. I'll be keeping an eye on them to make sure that they don't cause any more trouble. I actually work for a loan shark, so I'm used to getting people to pay back what they owe.
Oh, I see. I guess that makes sense. True to his word, Alan's uncle made sure that Alan's family were not late in paying back their debts and kept a close eye on them at all times. As for me, I found a way to upcycle my burnt dress. It doesn't look the same, but the dress is still special to me, seeing that my mother designed it especially for me. My mother and the people that worked for her really liked the new design and asked me to join the company as a designer. Alan also found a job overseas and we decided to move abroad together. I was lucky enough to continue working for my mother in one of her international offices. In a way, I was thankful to Sarah because her ruining my dress turned my life for the better in so many ways. But regardless, what she did was wrong and she needs to pay for her crimes. It'll probably take her a lifetime to get everyone to forgive her for her actions, but that's a price she has to pay. Troublebusters.